Next, we're going to work on the ad-lib vocals. But before we do that, I'm noticing something in the pre-chorus. On the lead vocal, it sounds a bit dry coming out of the verse that has the vocal throws. Let's hear the difference.
Feed your appetite from the moonlight. We can unwind all night, baby, let you.
It could use some repeats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it and create a separate pre-chorus track and add some delay to that track. This way it's not on the verse. So we'll duplicate this one. Let's split right here. We'll delete this one and this one. Now our pre-chorus is on its own separate track, which we can name pre-vocal. Now the second verse, we could just delete this because the second verse vocal is already down here. So now our pre-vocal is separate. Let's put this below. So our first verse, our second verse, and then our pre-choruses. Actually, let's put this back up. So they're still in order. Now we could treat this separately. So what I'm going to do to this, I'm going to add a long delay just for the pre-chorus. Let's try the quarter note delay, which pans. Now if you remember, the other effects are still coming from the folder up here. Our reverb and our slap delay. But we could add a different delay right on the track.
Feed your appetite from the moonlight. We can unwind all night.
Let's hear in the track.
Feed your appetite from the moonlight. We can unwind all night, baby, let your hair know.
Now when it comes from the verse, with our vocal throws, it should be more interesting.
I'll give you everything, baby, you need. Feed your appetite from the moonlight. We can unwind all night, baby, let your hair know.
Now the second pre-chorus should sound the same.
Yeah. Feed your appetite from the moonlight.
Somehow this got panned. Let's fix that.
Yeah. Feed your appetite from the moonlight. We can unwind all night. Baby, let your hair know.
That's a lot more interesting. So now let's move on to the ad-libs. Scroll down, right over here, and there's 4 tracks. Let's bring them up so they can be in the same folder as the other vocals. Put them in the folder, and then pop this out. So now this should be in the same folder with these other lead vocals, sending to our reverb and our slap delay.
Yeah. All night.
Just saves us some work if we want to tweak the reverb and the slap delay on all the lead vocals. We could do it all from one place, this folder. So we still want to add EQ and compression to the ad-libs. But before we do that, we probably don't need 4 tracks, because at any given moment, only 2 ad-libs are happening at the same time. So let's condense it into 2 tracks. Let's move this one up to here. Let's put this up here. Let's put this one up here. And that's it. So now we can delete these 2 tracks. We could always separate them if we need to treat them differently, but 2 tracks are easier to deal with than 4. And because they don't overlap, we can get them all in 2 tracks. So let's add our EQ and our compression from the pre-vocal. Now the pre-vocal doesn't need the tuning We don't use it on the verse, so let's remove it from here. And let's copy all these to our first ad-lib. Let's hear that.
Yeah. All night. Yeah. All night. Yeah. All night.
That feels pretty good for now. Let's copy all this to our second ad-lib. And let's check that one out.
Baby, let your hair down. Ooh, we don't need to run around.
Let's hear them in the track. First comes in the second pre.
Tight from the moonlight, we can unwind all night, all night. Baby, let your hair down. We don't need to run around. Oh yeah, no fact got you saying, oh my baby, let your hair down.
Let's put some long delay on the ad-lib. Quarter note delay. Put it on this track as well.
Baby, let your hair down. Ooh, we don't need to run around. We can keep it low fire. Got you singing all night, baby. Let your hair down, 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 hair down. What, baby, let your hair down.
Let's make these tracks bigger. And let's turn off the compressors so we can ride the pre-effects envelopes. For each ad-lib, let's get a decent level first.
We can unwind from the moonlight. We can unwind all night, all night. From the moonlight. We can unwind all night, all night.
This hits too hard, so let's make a volume pre-effects envelope, and let's tweak that a bit. Draw it a bit lower. Let's make the whole thing lower, but even lower in the beginning.
All night, baby, we can unwind all night, all night. From the moonlight, we can unwind all night, all night. Baby,
let's go a little louder here.
all night, all night, all night.
Gives it a softer attack.
All night, baby,
Let's try a little lower.
all night, baby, let you.
Let's undo that.
All night, baby, let your hair down. Oh yeah,
A little bit lower in the beginning.
oh yeah,
A bit lower here too.
oh yeah, no fact got you. Oh yeah, no fact got you saying, oh my baby.
This whole line can be lower. And this piece too.
Baby, let your head down. We don't need to run up.
This is way too loud.
We don't need to run.
Let's make it even lower.
We don't need to run around. We can keep it low fire. Got you.
Let's bring this up.
Low fire. Got you singing, oh my baby, let your head down, 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 head down. What, baby, let your head down.
Let's bring this piece up.
What, baby, let your head down.
Let's hear it.
What, baby, let your head down.
Just the ending is different.
What, baby, let your head down.
So I'm going to keep it lower in the beginning and make it louder for the end.
What, baby, let your head down.
Not quite so high.
What, baby, let your head.
Bring the beginning down a bit.
What, baby, let your head down. We don't need to run around. Keeping it so low fine.
Bring the first part up.
Keeping it so low fine.
A little bit less.
Keeping it so low fine.
A little louder here.
Keeping it so low fine. Let your hair down, baby.
That feels good. So now we can add a compressor to the track.
All night, all night. Baby, let your hair down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Low fire.
Now let's do the same thing for Ad-Lib 2. Volume pre-effects.
Baby, let your head down. We don't need to run.
Bring this down a bit.
Baby, let your head down. We don't need to run around. Got you singing, oh my baby, let your head down, down, down.
Bring this up a bit.
Singing, oh my baby, let your head down, down, down.
Bring this piece up.
Let your head down, 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 head.
And bring the S down a bit.
Let your head down, 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 head down. What, baby? Let your head down. We don't.
We'll bring the beginning up.
Let your head.
Even more.
Let your head down.
Still more. But less in the beginning.
Let your head down. We don't need to run around. We can keep it low.
Let's bring this all up. Even more. Let's smooth this all out. And a bit louder on this note. Let's make these two notes louder. This whole line can be louder. Even louder over here.
Down, down, head down, oh.
Let's bring this part up.
Down, 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 head down, oh.
Bring this note down.
Down, 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 head down, oh. Keeping it so low, fine.
That's it for that track. Now I take compression.
Alright. Baby, let your head down. Ooh, we don't need the. Got you singing all night, baby. Let your head down, 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 head down. What, baby? Let your head down. Let your head down. We don't need to run around. Oh, we don't need to run around. Keeping low fire, got you singing all night, baby. Let your head down, 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 head down, oh. Keeping it so low, fine. Keeping it so low, fine. Keeping it so low, fine. Let your hair down, baby. From the moonlight, we can unwind all night, baby.
Let's bring this down a little bit.
Moonlight, we can unwind all night, baby. Let your hair down.
A little lower over here.
We all night, baby. Let your hair down.
Let's bring this section down a bit.
Baby, let you. Oh, yeah. Keeping low fire, got you singing. Oh.
A little lower over here. Let's bring this all lower.
We can keep it low. We don't need to run around. We can keep it low. Got you singing all night, baby. Let your head down, 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 head down. What, baby? Let your head down. Let your head.
This is a bit too loud.
Let your head down. Let your head down. We don't need to run around. Oh, we don't need to run around. Keeping low fire, got you singing all night, baby. Let your head down, 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 head down, oh. Keeping it so low, fine. Let your head down, baby.
That's feeling pretty good. Now these aren't the final levels. These are just the basic levels where everything sounds pretty even. We're going to do some riding, post effects in the actual mixing process, where we add automation. Now I'm not sure we're there now. We've dealt with all the tracks, nothing left. But I still want to listen down and make sure there's things we haven't thought of. We'll do that in the next video, and then we'll start writing things and creating a final mix. So let's do that.